The RackBrute system is Arturia's first try at making a Eurorack case, and what a first try it is. It's no secret to my viewers that I've enjoyed their new Eurorack case. But is the RackBrute entry-level case that we've been waiting for? And is it good for a beginner? The answer to these two questions isn't as straightforward as you might think, and I will try and answer them in this video. So my name is Bo, welcome to BoBeats and Eurorack with Bo. Today's video is sponsored by Skillshare. It's a learning community with over 17,000 different classes, and if you want to check it out, there's a link in the description. The first 500 who uses the links gets 2 months for free. So if you've been thinking about learning something new, go and check out Skillshare. They offer classes in many different subject areas, and they have many good professional teachers. So if you want to, check the link in the description. The RackBrute comes in two sizes, 3U and 6U. I have the 6U version and I have two of them, which were sent to me by Arturia. The 3U version is 83 HP in just one row, and the 6U version is 171 HP across 2 rows. This is counting the size of the included power module. The 6U currently costs 359 euros and the 3U is 259 euros. Which makes them pretty competitive in terms of price. The RackBrute comes with the RackLink system. This works both as a stand, a handle, which lets you carry the entire system, and most importantly, it lets you connect a MiniBrute 2 or 2S to the system, or add an additional rack unit. This system is cleverly made and easy to use. The only drawback being that it does make the system a bit deeper due to the stand. Hopefully Arturia will keep making products that are RackLink compatible. The stand itself makes it possible to position the racks in various different ways, and obviously you can use the case without the stand. The system has a generous power supply, which is the same for both sizes. There is a generous amount of power sockets for modules. The 6U has 32 to be exact, and the 3U has 20. The power provided is enough for a full case, but obviously you should add up the power draw of the modules you want to put in, to be sure. And talking about power, one thing I dislike is having the power cord connected to the front of the unit. For a cleaner look and design, I would have much preferred it if the power socket was on the side of the rack. Working with the case has been a breeze. At a first glance, it might seem that it's hard to connect modules that are located in the bottom of the rack. However, there are additional power sockets angled downwards, which are easy to access when inserting modules from the bottom. There is one drawback, however. The power supply makes it hard to fit stuff beside it, so that space should not be used with deep modules. Let's talk about the size. With 3U and 6U options, it means that you have a compact system to complement, say, a MiniBrute 2 or 2S. Or you could use the RackLink system to add additional RackBrutes for a total of 12U, like I've done. The size is, however, a double-edged sword. The small size is both a strength and a disadvantage. Even 2 6U units will feel small if you really plan on going down the rabbit hole of Eurorack, and 3U is nothing to write home about in the world of massive modular systems. But on the other hand, you won't have a ton of empty slots to remind you about all those modules that you could buy, but maybe shouldn't buy. And truth be told, a 6U plus MiniBrute or say a 12U system is definitely enough space to make a good modular synth, regardless of the huge systems you might see on social media. In fact, I've seen many friends who downsized their systems once they figure out exactly what modules that work for them. The RackBrute system is perfect for anyone wanting to expand from a semi-modular unit, especially the MiniBrute 2 or 2S, which takes full advantage of the rack link. But you could just as easily complement a Mother 32 with, say, a 3U RackBrute to get additional value out of the Moog. The RackBrute is not the best option if your plan is to go beyond a 12U system. This is because it's not economic or practical, since you cannot stack RackBrutes on top of each other. There are, simply put, better options for a larger system. The RackBrute is a good option for anyone wanting to build a smaller, more portable system. Maybe something to use on stage, perhaps? Speaking of portability, being able to fold the system makes it useful for anyone wanting to travel short distances with it. However, it's not a good solution if you expect a bumpy ride. There is no padding, no locking mechanism, and the form factor makes it somewhat cumbersome. It's also quite heavy due to the solid building materials. I would not take it on a plane for fear of damaging modules or simply not being able to fit it into an overhead compartment. So what alternatives are there to the RackBrute? Well, there's plenty, but here are two that I can recommend. The first one I want to recommend is Tip Top Audio Mantis. This has also a very nice, sleek design, but I've heard that the materials are a little bit more plasticky than on the RackBrute. Another option is to go for Doepfer's LC series cases. These are not as well built as the RackBrute, but they're less expensive and they are stackable, so you can build a larger system from them. Since I'm a beginner with Eurorack, I want you guys to put some comments down in the comment section telling us about your favorite cases and why we should check them out, because I know there's a ton of you out there that are knowledgeable and know much more than I do, and I'm sure that there are a ton of beginners that want to know and not just get my opinion on what's a good entry-level or beginner case. So leave a little comment. So thank you so much for watching this review. If you enjoyed it, hit the thumbs up button, subscribe to the channel for more Eurorack, synthesizer and creativity videos. And as always, if you want to support the work I do here, head over to patreon.com/BoBeats. So I want to end off by thanking Skillshare, who's sponsoring this video. If you guys want to try Skillshare, use my link in the description. The first 500 gets 2 months for free, and they are truly a good service. I would not have teamed up with them otherwise. They are quite affordable and they offer a lot of different courses in different subject areas. So go ahead, check them out.